Hi. I wanted to talk about a couple of movies that I watched recently. And the reason why they probably stand out is because I haven't been watching movies. In COVID, I've been doing more television shows, and it seems as though they're less commitment, but I feel like they still take a lot more time. But I watched Pig, and then the next night I watched the Anthony Bourdain documentary. They actually came out on the same day, July 16th, and Pig is an homage not to Anthony Bourdain, but there is a big element of fine cooking, fine cuisine out in Portland in the Pacific Northwest. So the reason those two are paired, because I watched them one night and then the next night I watched the other film. And I watched Pig first. And I was excited and a little stressed out because I wasn't sure how this was going to go or what to expect. I really didn't know what to expect. I just, as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm going to rent this. I am coming off being sick, and so I needed to just sort of nourish my heart with something that was a little introspective. And I knew this would be, but I didn't know how far or how deep it would be. I was really overwhelmed by the whole movie. I was so, like, I'm even almost getting teary right now. I was just so overwhelmed with like the pace and the quiet and the beauty of like the landscape, contrasted by like Nicolas Cage's appearance. You know, there were just some like gruesomeness. There were gruesome elements, like, which is life, but it was like on his body, on his face, what he was experiencing. And at the same time, it was just so beautiful, the emotion and just sort of the feeling. It was so even though it was like Nicolas Cage, there were a couple of other actors that really, three other actors that stood out, and there was very little dialogue, but the dialogue was all about like the space between things, the time for something to settle. And it was just such a good movie. And I love a good movie. It was all about heartbreak and loneliness, humanity and grief. And it was just like, I'm even right now getting a little overwhelmed. And I think that we can do with I'll do with a little bit of extra slowness, quiet, thoughtfulness. There were like Buddhist undertones to it, like that if all of us are gonna die, why are we wasting all of this time doing these things that hold no importance, that hold no value, right? Like to acquire, to get, like that just seems so meaningless. And just the dialogue between, the conversations with Nic Cage and just the non-conversations as well. And also, I worked in a restaurant, so there was a meal that is evocative. We can smell something and it will just bring us to some place that we were in our past that was joyful, uplifting, or even sad. And also when just being in awe of someone else. Like it was just so beautiful. And the Buddhist undertones remind me of this Dogen quote: life and death are of supreme importance. Time swiftly passes and opportunity is lost. Each of us should strive to awaken. Awaken! Take heed. Do not squander your life. Dogen. It's like such a beautiful quote. My yoga teacher, my meditation teacher used to quote it all the time. And it's like, why do we waste so much time when all of this doesn't matter? And so this movie just really pulled me into a place that I need to be right now. And then watching Anthony Bourdain the next night. I really enjoyed his work. And him dying by suicide was really intense for me at the time, especially after Kate Spade. And to know how tortured people are. And to be honest, these movies really they reminded me that the feelings that I have right now, that I'm not alone. And that I do want to strive to awaken, right? Buddhism is like, we come into this world alone and we die alone. And that sounds so just horrible. But knowing that, just be authentic, be yourself, live life to the fullest. And I didn't realize I was going to cry so much. Gosh darn it. But I'm going to just share this video because I think you should watch Pig. And if you can get past the AI voice, what do they call that? Deep fake. There are a couple of points in the video of Anthony Bourdain where, you know, he didn't actually say those things. He did write these things, is what the whole idea was, but he didn't say them. And they had a little AI deep fake on that. I found a lot of value in both of them, and also working in the restaurant business for as long as I did, which I did for many years, probably more than 15 years. It just felt good to remember that meals and breaking bread with people, and I love bread, is really important. So take care of yourselves. Let me know what you think about the movie Pig, and if you ended up seeing Anthony Bourdain's Roadrunner. All right, guys, take care.